Man, I love Evolve. You guys know I love Evolve. I love it so much, which is why I hate the fact that tonight's opening match was goddamn Dante Chen versus Brooks Jensen. If you watch the PUWF podcast where we talk about Evolve, you guys know that some of those people there, they hate some wrestlers on Evolve. Terrell, he hates Dante Chen. Alex, he hates Chewy. I think I found the person who I hate most, Brooks Jensen. And I'm not just making this up on the fly. If you go back and watch all my Evolve videos, you'd realize I have a massive thing against Brooks Jensen. So I finally found out who I can target all my negative energy into. And it's not that these guys are bad, right? They're good and doing, they're really trying their hardest. It's just not for me. Now Brooks Jensen picks up the victory in this match. He's gonna go on and face Harlem Lewis at Succession 2. So like, cool, good. No, I really don't care. I'm interested in this match for Harlem Lewis because he's pretty dope. But I can't say the same about being excited for Brooks Jensen. Anyways, the real opening of the show wasn't this match. This was the first match of the night. The real opening of the show was a promo between PJ Vasa and Kendal Gray, a contract signing for their Evolve Women's Championship match. Essentially, Kendal Gray went on a rant talking about how nobody believed in her, talking about how she was a women's wrestler on a team of male wrestlers. I believe it's like actual wrestling. So that was cool, but then PJ Vasa does not care. She just says, okay, let's just do this on my terms. Let's have a street fight. Kendal Gray agrees, and as she's signing the contract, PJ Vasa just decks her down onto the table and stands tall, which is like, I don't know, usually, I hope it's not the case, because usually the person who stands tall before the match ends up losing. And I really want PJ Vasa to win this championship. I think it's time Kendal Gray goes to NXT. I've loved Kendal Gray here, but she's really evolved so much. I think it's time, and give that belt to PJ Vasa. She deserves it. She's been dominant. Honestly, one of the more exciting matches I'm looking forward to coming up. We also have a package about Cappuccino Jones, and they treated him very seriously, which is a good thing, okay? I'm glad you're treating Cappuccino Jones seriously, but I don't want him to become a serious wrestler. What makes him unique and what makes him fun is the whole cappuccino shot, the espresso shot, all that stuff. It makes him fun, it makes him stand out. I don't want him to become this hyper serious wrestler because I don't think that's gonna work. I want to see Cappuccino Jones as Cappuccino Jones being the Evolve champion, or even if he doesn't win, you know, who knows. I don't want to see straight serious Cappuccino Jones being the champion. It's not what I'm looking forward to. Also, all throughout tonight, we had promo packages from Wendy Chu and Callie Armstrong talking about their upcoming match. Callie Armstrong says that yeah, after what happened last week, after that attack she did on Wendy Chu, she feels herself and she's back, which sucks. It was like, okay, 1 week, Callie Armstrong said she needs to leave to go find herself. The next week, she just hits Wendy Chu in her stomach, and this week she says, okay, you know, I'm back. I feel like we wasted a big opportunity there to go through a personal story for Callie Armstrong. Like, it's cool, this match is gonna be good, we're gonna have Callie Armstrong being back, that's all fun. I just feel like we're jumping the gun a bit too quickly. Like, we could have done so much of this Callie Armstrong storyline. Just not doing that kinda sucks. Also, apologize if my voice sounds weird, if I'm slow sometimes. I'm still a bit sick, I'm getting better, but you know, don't mind me. Then we go backstage to Vanity Project's locker room, where Team ID comes in, and they're trying to recruit Jackson Drake and the Vanity Project to join them in next week's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match between Team ID versus Team PC. Jackson Drake and the Vanity Project, funny reversal of roles from the last few weeks, where they huddle up and they talk about it, and Jackson Drake says he can't join them, but Swipe Right, they're in. So Swipe Right are going to join Team ID in Team PC's battle next week, which should be really fun. I'm excited for this match. I do think it should be on Succession 2. I think both championship matches and Team ID versus Team PC should be on Succession 2 to make it a major show. I understand why you're dividing it. I just feel like that could be an elite pay-per-view level show if we did that. And while the opening match sucked, the match I really enjoyed tonight, which I didn't know I needed, was Drake Moreau versus It's Gal. An extremely fun match that I really enjoyed. I like both these guys. They're both fun. They both have gimmicks. You know, you guys know if you watch any stuff from me, I like people who have gimmicks, people who are weird. I don't like people who are just, you know, boring wrestlers. I like people who are fun, above everything. They're just wild. Drake Moreau picks up a victory over It's Gal. Team PC is sitting down at the VIP section. They get into the ring. They try and recruit Drake Moreau. Drake Moreau says, I know exactly which side of history I want to be on. He doesn't say whose side he's on, although Team PC seems to think that, yeah, he's joining them. But, you know, it doesn't seem like he's going to. But, you know, it would be fun if he joins them. I hope he doesn't. I like Drake Moreau as a babyface. but we could see what happens with that next week. If he doesn't join, then he's gonna have a massive target on his back by Team PC, because they're gonna absolutely beat the shit out of him from here on, which could be a good feud, setting up a feud between Drake Moreau and Cam Hendricks going forth. It's Gal also tries to join them afterwards, but he just gets rejected. They just laughed at him, that was funny. I like that. And it's so weird how this whole Team PC versus Team ID thing is so much better booked than any war game shit on main roster has been booked within the last few years. Like, compare what we've been doing over the past few weeks with Team PC versus Team ID, and then compare what's been happening with like all of the Survivor Series matches, men and women, and like the booking and the intrigue. It's so fucking different. I don't get it. How come the main roster is not as interesting as NXT and Evolve? Like, it's crazy. And then the main event, the match we've all been waiting for. Your TNA Knockouts champion, Ariana Grace, with her boyfriend Stax, goes up against, also teaming up with Nikita Lyons, can't forget that, goes up against Layla Diggs and Mason Ali. A very big build-up tag team match that we've all been looking forward to. And surprisingly enough, Ariana Grace and Nikita Lyons picks up a victory. I was not expecting this at all. But it makes sense. Ariana Grace is the TNA Knockouts champion, although I believe this was filmed way before she won that. Cool, give her that victory. Ariana Grace is she's the main character of this whole Evolve TNA NXT thing. Like, seriously, she's everywhere doing everything. It's wild, but I'm happy they won. Like, we really need NXT Women's Tag Team Championships that crosses over between NXT and Evolve. Hell, rebrand the Knockouts Tag Team Championships to NXT Tag Team Championship or anything. The tag team division in the women's division across all these brands is insanely stacked. Like, we should really put more effort into booking that. Obviously, Zaruka's breaking up, so you don't have the major tag team up there anymore. But there are still so many tag teams. We need women's tag team championships on WWE's developmental scene. It's needed at this point. And then we end the show with Tate Wilder announcing that while he isn't going to join Team PC, he is going to be the special guest referee to make sure everything stays clear. So that should be fun, makes sense, get Tate Wilder involved. Again, just think all of these big matches should be happening at Succession too. But if I have to give tonight's episode of Evolve a rating, I'm gonna say it was a solid 9 out of 10. Really didn't like the opening match, kinda sucked for me, I did not enjoy that, but that's just a personal preference, so no hate against the wrestlers. And if you enjoyed it, you do you, but that did bring the show down for me a tiny bit. Other than that, a really solid, really good 9 out of 10 episode of Evolve. And if you enjoyed my review, please leave a like, subscribe. We're almost at 900 subscribers, which is close to 1k subscribers, so leave a like, subscribe. I cover NXT Evolve and TNA every single week. Also have a podcast with PWF where we talk about Evolve for about 2 hours every single week too. So leave a like and subscribe there too if that interests you. So please do all that YouTube stuff, and then I'll see you again soon. Goodbye everyone.